Hey there, everyone. Happy September. You guys believe it?
Yeah.
It's your friends at the Prime Real Estate Team. We got Daniel, we got David, we got Alfraz. We had Megan up until around 5 minutes ago, but then she had to run off and get keys for a property. This is just what happens this time of year. Hope you all had a great Labor Day weekend. And how about you guys? How was it? Managed to get some time away, right? I know
Well,
two of you guys were at the football game. That was a big deal.
yeah.
That was a blast. That was a really great event.
Yeah.
Amazing that we have something like that here in tiny Victoria, right?
Yeah. And Remax got to be a big part of it too. We had the Remax VIP section, so
Oh,
exciting.
yes. With thanks to Dave. Uh, Something I should mention to all of you is that so Remax, because we're a global organization, we have we do obviously we advertise and we promote community events and sports events. You've probably noticed Remax at the Save On Foods Memorial Arena, out at the football. What,
Civic
Pacific
FC.
what? Yes, yeah, okay. Pacific Football Club, all of these things, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that Dave here is the chair of the group advertising committee. So, congrats there, Mister. We're very lucky to have you.
It's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun putting it all together and being part of the community for sure.
Well, speaking of which, actually, it makes sense for us to say to all of our friends and followers and people that watch, if you are interested in going to a game or something, feel free to reach out to us, right, Dave?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'd be happy to have you as a guest. So, anyways, let's talk about what happened in the month of August. Very interesting. You guys. So, how's it been after us?
Yeah, I mean, I did a couple open houses that were fairly busy. We've had some listings go right off as soon as they've hit the market. So we're seeing some activity. It seems like people are picking up. Kids are going back to school, so families are back to looking for a home.
The demand is there, right? Yeah. And Dave.
Yeah, like usually I focus in August of doing a lot of um my training stuff, all the education stuff, but this month seems to be I put all that in there and then I got really busy with a lot of other things. So the market's still moving, things are still happening. Had a couple closings this month and people looking and more people asking to look. So yeah, it's been if anything, a steady August for sure.
So what you're saying is you're not sitting around doing nothing.
Unfortunately not.
And
It
Daniel.
would have been a little bit more time to go do stuff with the kids before they went back to school today, but anyway, I'm happy to be busy too. So
Nice, Daniel.
Well, like real estate is just strangely predictable sometimes. And sure enough, the long weekend coming up, and you start getting calls about what can we do right after, right? And so I've had calls about can we go see some stuff next week? I've had calls about is it time to get ready to list? And it's pretty typical behavior right after the kids get back in school. People start thinking about this stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now the other
Mhm.
thing too is you and Afras have been working on some development property as well too. So there's stuff perhaps not moving like it was, but there's definitely opportunities out there, right?
Yeah, there's definitely more of a push to build denser and affordable and rental type housing. And I mean, that goes into the developers world. So that's
Hmm.
something I enjoy doing, and Afrez is helping and doing a great job too.
Well, I will say
Yeah.
there's a site around the corner for me on Lansdowne Road by Uplands Golf Course there, and so they're taking a city-sized lot and wanting to put 13 townhouses on it.
Hmm.
I bumped into neighbors and they're not very happy. So this is another
No.
example of neighbors being unhappy, right? This is the way of things, and it's
It's
Oak
always the
Bay.
case.
In Oak Bay, typically it's not really development friendly. So this is what's happening here. Let's talk, folks, about what's going on out there in the market right now. So we finished off the month of August about the same as last year. We had 545 sales. There was 546 last year, so we're down 0.2% as it says here. The other things, inventory remains up there, so we're up 28%, which again is great because it just means that there's more choices happening out there, right? Average price is an interesting one. We need to look at this here because it ended up at 1,275, which is down about 5% from last year. you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's a pattern. As always, it could mean that there were more less expensive houses that traded hands, or more or less, or fewer higher priced ones, right? So that's the way things go. Just to show you here as well, you know, if you're wondering about this, yeah, 1264, it's down. It's not down a lot. Like, we're very similar to 2 months ago. Basically for the past 11 months, we've been in the 125 kind of range. And we're definitely down from the peak of January, February, March, April of 2022, still at 142. As far as active listings are concerned, again, 3,100 listings to our 2,500. But it's not super high because there were years in past where there was a lot more inventory. It's good for us right now because it means there's more choices. Does mean, folks, for sellers, it's not as easy to sell. It's not like things are selling in days as it was before. But on the flip side, kind of interesting. Like, I bumped into a bidding war situation myself just last week. Who'd have thought? You know, at a higher end property, in an area where things typically don't move, it just so turned out there was 3 parties that were interested, and thankfully, our client was successful. So these things do happen. We have an interest rate announcement happening, right? So right now it's Tuesday the 3rd. On the 5th, folks, stay tuned, because the general consensus is it's going to go down a little bit. Is it going to be a quarter point? Is it going to be a half point? Who knows? By the way, if you are a listener to our CFAX program, I have Denise Webster from Dominion Lending Center's Modern Mortgage Group chatting with her on Saturday at noon, CFAX 1070, or of course you can always stream it online. Have an interesting conversation with her about the delay between Bank of Canada announcements and when rates actually go down. So there we go, guys. So it's going to be an interesting September, I think. You guys agree as well, right?
Absolutely.
Well,
Busy one.
as always, we're here for you. If you need something, just reach out to us. We'd be happy to chat. See you guys later.
Later.
Later.